Hello everybody, it's King Sloth back with a brand new video. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the British Army married housing, which I guess technically can also be RAF and Navy. I'm guessing it's pretty much the same thing across the board. I'm talking about on average how much it costs, what the houses are like, what sort of housing you can get, how you become entitled to a house, and also little ways of making your life easier when you've got a house or when you're leaving a house. Because one of the problems you do find is when you move into a house, you have an inspection report, 14-day report to get as many faults down. And when you leave, it needs to be pretty much like you've never lived there, near enough. Otherwise, you're going to get fined for different things. But first and foremost, let's get this video 10 likes. This is a really, really common question I've had on my channel. So I feel amazing that I'm going to answer it today. Make sure to also hit that notification bell. I'm looking at bringing gaming back on this channel, but at the moment, King Sloth Plays. Once again, the link is still down below. Click over there, answer questions live on stream. More and more of you have been coming across there now, which is absolutely amazing. Keeping the chat happy, keeping the vibes going. It's been amazing. But let's get straight into this subject. British Army housing, average cost. The cheapest I've managed to find for a 2-bed house, and it's actually down south. I'm not going to reveal the camp name, but it is £160 per month. People watching this who are in Civvy Street think £160 that must just be council tax. No, that's actually the rent for the entire month, £160. And that house is near enough where I used to live down south. I used to live in Blandford, where it's where the phase 2s do phase 2 in the Royal Signals down south in Blandford. And considering it's a really nice area down south, you're near the beaches, all the tourist areas, £160 per month rent to live in the house is absolutely amazing. On top of that, you pay your silcot, which is their version of council tax, as we don't pay council tax. We pay silot or silcot, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. And that's like around £100 as well. So you're looking around £260 down south. Where I was, that's one of the cheapest I've found, £260 per month. So on top of that comes out your wage straight away. That's another good thing why you have a British Army house, or Forces house, because you don't actually see that money anyway. It's already out of your account, it's already deducted. So you haven't got to worry about, oh my god, I've got to pay rent this month, I've got to pay rent. It's already gone. You've become accustomed to it. You know it's not going to be there. I remember personally myself being on Civvy Street and I was paying £900 per month on rent. I'm now, where I live now, I'm not going to give the location, but I now pay around £400 per month for my rent, and £100 near enough for their version of council tax. So I'm paying near enough like £500 for my whole house. My house that I'm living in now is a new build. It's a 3-bed, and it is really good, not gonna lie. Massive house, really loads of room, loads of space. I am thinking about doing like a army house tour sort of thing, where I'll show you around my house, show you what sort of things we have, show you what sort of things to look for, like march in and march out as well, because that's once again a really common question people keep asking me. Tips for marching and march out, which I might do another video on in the future. Second thing I mentioned I'm going to talk about is how you are entitled. No, not the first one. The first one is what sort of houses you can get. I think the smallest house you can get is a 1-bed, and it can go anywhere up to, I think 5-bed. However, there are special circumstances. Once again, I know a family in another camp down south, really good lad, still speak to him now. He has, I think it's 8 kids now. They had to rent one house, so still had one house renting, but they had to break through the wall into another house just so they had enough bedrooms for all of his kids, because they were all of different ages. So some different age groups can't stay in the same room together, and also certain genders can't stay in the same room together once past a certain age. So his whole house was 2 houses, and it was paying for one house. Once again, that's down south in the same camp that I was in. So he was paying what, £250, £260 a month for like an 8-bed house down south near the beach. It was absolute madness, but he loved it. He loved it. So from like 1 bed to near enough any special situation where you might need it, you can get it bigger. So, which is amazing to realise. You can also, with the new houses that are getting built, They also have access to elevator shafts that you can have built through into the house. So say if you've had an accident, or your daughter or your son's had an accident where they can no longer walk or they can no longer use the stairs, there actually is certain houses now that are like adaptable for certain people. So you can have elevators literally put into your house, which is absolutely amazing when you think about it. How the thought ahead of stuff like that happening. The next thing I'm gonna say, how you become entitled to the housing. Most of the people know this, but when you're in the army, if you're married, you're automatically entitled to a house if you stay at a posting longer than 6 months. However, there's also another way you can do it. If you're in a committed relationship and you can prove you've been living with this person for a prolonged period of time, such as I think it works out at 10 to 12 months, so 10 months to a year, and you've got proof of paying council tax together, a utility bill together, or just general proof that you've been living together, you can also apply for surplus housing. There is also situations where if you've broke up with your partner and you have a child together, you can apply for a house then. Because obviously, if you're meant to have your child on a weekend, you can't really be bringing them to the block. It's one of them. I think it's better to bring them into a house. So you can apply for a house there. Another thing which is absolutely amazing, which I found out last week, you can actually apply for surplus housing without any of them requirements in the military. You could literally go there, like, is there any houses spare, open? You put your case across why you want the house. Can you be trusted with it, sort of thing? And you can actually get surplus housing. I now work with one lad who's recently put an application, has been accepted. He has no missus, doesn't live with anyone, has no kids, but he doesn't want to live in the block and is willing to pay that extra money. And where I am now currently, the houses are that empty because there's not a lot of people in my camp. They're literally renting them out to civilians so they can keep some sort of money income. So you can do that, which is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Not a lie. So if you're married, you can get a house. If you're in a long-term relationship, you can get a house. If you've got a kid, you can get a house. It is very, very interesting in reality how many people actually have houses. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm looking to do a house tour. Let me know if you would like me to do something like that, like show you around my actual house, where I like make videos where I do my gaming, all that good stuff. Just general layout of the house. It's amazing. Also, one good thing about it is when you move, you also get something called, once you're married, you also get something called a disturbance allowance, which is around £2,000, I believe. If I remember right, just under £2,000. And then also you can get something called uniform fund, which is when you move school to move your kids to a new school, it's a new posting, you've got to move there. The army will pay a certain percentage towards a new school uniform, because obviously it potentially isn't your choice to move, so they'll cover it, sort of thing. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really scripted this out. I hope it answered as many questions as possible. Let me know if you want the house tour. Remember, King Sloth Plays is down below. The link is down below. It's the first link you see, YouTube Gaming. Go over there, click it, hit the notification bell on that, and I'll answer any questions live. Obviously not as in depth because I'm trying to concentrate on like the gameplay. That's what the channel's for. But yeah, aim for 10 likes, notification bell on this channel and the other channel, and I'll see you all soon. It's been King Sloth. See you in a bit.